Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. I've had 5,800 career and personal counseling clients, and I'm going to be 70 years old in June. And yet I'm not at all burned out. I look forward to every client, and I rarely feel drained after a session. Of course, what's worked for me may not work for you, but because I know best what has worked for me internally and externally, I can most accurately describe that. So that's my focus here. Of course, accept or reject any of it as you see fit. First, let's start with prevention. The first key is not caring too much. Most important is that the following lesson that I learned early on. Before entering private practice, I was a school psychologist, and I came home every day exhausted. I cared too much about every student, every teacher, every parent. I got too dispirited when a kid did poorly, when a teacher refused to adapt, when a parent was in denial. And so after 3 years, I quit. Early in my work in private practice, I was guilty of the same thing, and I got the same result. But slowly, merely because of the passage of time, I felt somewhat beaten down and desensitized, so I became less drained by clients' plight, nor as invested in their success. And that, ironically, made all the difference. I began to learn that empathizing too much makes you less effective, because both you're burning out and because it makes many clients feel too sad about their plight, even hopeless. In addition, my caring too much made some clients feel guilty when their progress was slow, like when they felt like they were letting me down. I still feel a little sad about my clients' problems, but first unconsciously, I think, and now consciously, I remind myself that not only does maintaining a bit of emotional barrier protect me against burnout, it makes me a more effective counselor. The next thing I do to avoid burnout is that I focus more on process than outcome. I focus on the session's process, that is, being present but letting go of the outcome, like how quickly a client progresses or even whether they did the homework they committed to doing. I'm no Buddhist, but Buddhism's core principle of being in the moment is key to avoiding burnout, at least in my experience, and in improving effectiveness, being your competent ethical self and then recognizing that your effort's outcome is out of your control. Sure, I have long tried to stay open to getting better. Indeed, often I solicit feedback from clients, like I might ask, in the session, I might ask if a technique I just tried was useful. I've contacted former clients to check in on how they're doing and ask for feedback on what in our sessions worked and what didn't. But for the most part, especially in recent years, having counseled so many people, and with generally good results, I focus mainly on the process, being prepared for every session, trying to be my best self in every session, and then afterwards taking good notes, and then I just let it go. The next preventive that I've found helpful in avoiding burnout is looking for opportunities for brief play during sessions. While I do show my clients that I take our work seriously, I look for opportunities in sessions to play, whether it's to throw out a one-liner, a minute or two on something fun like showing them a photo or a YouTube clip that our conversation triggered, by playing something short on a piano. Anyway, when I first started doing that, I checked with clients to see if honestly they felt that was okay, and nearly everyone has said that they appreciate it. Another preventive of burnout I use is I leave cushion. I don't schedule clients back to back. So there's plenty of cushion to make up for any significant playtime, or to give the client a few extra minutes if the client needs it, or, of course, to allow time for fun, a hike with my doggy, to do the laundry, whatever. And a final preventive of burnout, in my case at least, is to curate clients. If I sense I'm unlikely to significantly help a prospective client, or that the client's going to be unduly high maintenance, I tend to turn down the person as appropriate, referring them to an appropriate colleague. Even if, on rare occasions, and this is only on rare occasions, after a session or two, if I sense the above, that I'm unlikely to really help or they're really high maintenance, I will tactfully say something like, I'm not convinced that I'm being as helpful to you as you'd want me to be, and so I'm thinking that it may be wise if this is our last session, at least for now. But what if it's too late for prevention? Let's say you've tried all sorts of strategies to prevent burnout, maybe even including some of the aforementioned, or some other commonly recommended burnout preventers like exercise, meditation, getting counseling, improving your skills with continuing education, or being in a case review group. Well, here are a few other approaches that may be helpful in addressing your burnout. One-on-one coaching. Observe one or more master practitioners in action, of course with client permission, and have such masters observe you. The latter is particularly effective because the master's input is individualized to you, is practical and context specific, unlike, for example, lots of university courses, which can often be theoretical and certainly aren't individualized. Another way to address your burnout is to change your client base. All of us enjoy and are more effective with certain types of clients. Make a list of your favorite clients, past and present. Are there any commonalities there? The type of problem that they had, their age, their gender, their cultural background, their sexual orientation. Should you market to get more of those clients? Maybe list that specially on your business card. Maybe write an article about it, or 5 articles about it, or give talks about it at conferences, or for the public. Remember that marketing needn't only, though, be for people who are in private practice. Even if you work for an agency, do let referrers know that you particularly enjoy working with a particular type or two of client. And a final way to address burnout in counseling is to co-counsel. How about teaming up with a fellow practitioner, maybe to co-lead a group? Another example of that, you're a relationship counselor, and your client base is mainly heterosexual couples. If you're a woman, might you at least occasionally, as appropriate, co-counsel with a man? That can reduce the burden on you while getting you fresh perspectives and perhaps post-session commiseration or even laughter. Anyway, as I finish giving these little talks, I often find myself worried that they might be reductionistic, that too many readers' and viewers' problems aren't so crisply prevented or ameliorated. But this is the best I got, so I hope you find something of value here. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up, accept your thumbs down. Always look forward to your comments. I love it if you hit the share button, when sharing on your social media. That helps magnify the impact of whatever it is I'm doing here. And also, I'm flattered if you subscribe to my channel. And in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.